Week 2. God's presence is everything. Chapter 11. A king anointed and a kingdom united. With the tragic story of Saul complete, the narrative immediately pivots to David. This chapter shows all of Israel coming together to anoint him as king, his first great military victory, and it introduces the elite warriors who formed the foundation of his army. The key to all this success is stated plainly: the Lord of hosts was with him. A breakdown of the chapter. 1. David is anointed king over Israel, verses 1-3. All the tribes of Israel gather at Hebron and declare their allegiance to David. They give 3 reasons. 1. Kinship. Behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh. 2. Proven leadership. Even when Saul was king, David was the one leading Israel in battle. 3. Divine calling. The Lord had already told David, "Thou shalt feed my people Israel, and thou shalt be ruler over my people Israel." This unified anointing stands in stark contrast to the divided and troubled kingdom Saul left behind. 2. The conquest of Jerusalem, verses 4-9. David's first act as king of the united Israel is to capture the fortress city of Jerusalem, also called Jebus, from the Jebusites. The inhabitants taunt him, believing the city is unconquerable. David offers a reward. Whoever leads the attack will become his commander. Joab, David's nephew, steps up, leads the charge, and secures the city. David then establishes Jerusalem as his capital, calling it the City of David. The section ends with the most important verse for our theme. So David waxed greater and greater, for the Lord of hosts was with him. Version 9. The author explicitly states that the reason for David's success is God's presence. 3. David's mighty men. Verses 10-47. The rest of this long chapter is dedicated to listing David's most celebrated and heroic warriors. These men were legendary for their loyalty and incredible feats of strength and bravery. They are divided into 2 main groups. The 3. These were his absolute top warriors, famous for incredible deeds, like standing their ground alone against a whole troop of Philistines. The 30. This was a larger group of elite, distinguished soldiers, including famous names like Joab, Asahel, and Uriah the Hittite. Connecting to our theme, God's presence is everything. This chapter is the positive example of the theme that chapter 10 introduced negatively. Saul's failure. Saul inquired of a medium, not the Lord, and the Lord departed from him, leading to his ruin. David's success. David is anointed because it was the Lord's will. He conquers Jerusalem and becomes great specifically because the Lord was with him. Furthermore, David's ability to attract such loyal and mighty followers is a direct result of God's blessing and presence in his life. Great leaders whom God has anointed draw other great people to their cause. The presence of God on David created an atmosphere of victory, honor, and loyalty that made these heroes want to pledge their lives to him. Reflection questions for your group. 1. The people recognized David's leadership long before he was officially king. How does a person's faithfulness in small or unofficial roles prepare them for greater responsibility? 2. Verse 9 gives a simple formula for David's success. The Lord of hosts was with him. What does it look like for God's presence to be with us in our work, family, or ministry today? 3. David surrounded himself with loyal, mighty people. Why is it important to have strong, godly people around you? Who are the mighty men or women in your life? Key takeaway for chapter 11. When God's presence is with a leader, unity, victory, and greatness will follow.